Hearty welcome to all my dear students. I gladly welcome all my dear students to the session 4 of learning the chapter Change and Development in Rural Society. I request all my dear students to take the page number 63, paragraph 5. The paragraph 5 included in the page number 63 concentrates on the topic of negative impact of Green Revolution. In the previous sessions, we were going through other negative impacts of Green Revolution because the landless farmers or the workers or the people, they were called marginal farmers. It means they don't have sufficient land for cultivating. Such marginal farmers suffered due to what we can say Green Revolution. There are other negative impact. First one, paragraph 5 says that regional inequalities. It means what? Green Revolution was not effective in every region in India. This is called regional inequalities. There are some areas undergone technological development. The areas which underwent technological advancement, such as the western and southern part of the country, like Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, these are the countries developed because of Green Revolution. There are other countries, parts of country means eastern parts. It means some of the western parts in our country developed due to Green Revolution. There are some eastern parts of country such as Bihar, eastern Uttar Pradesh, Telangana, because these were dry regions. Irrigation facility was not so effective in these regions. Due to lack of advancement of technology, this area did not progress. That's why I told you that there are some regional inequality, which is another impact of Green Revolution. These areas underwent feudal agrarian structure where the landed caste and landlords were superior to lower caste. These are the areas where it means the feudal caste system was there. Due to feudal caste system, only few groups or few caste, they were dominant, and such caste controlled other what we can say lower caste. Next one, page number 64, paragraph 1. Very important. There are differences between scientific farming and traditional farming. We know that there are some differences between scientific farming versus traditional farming. Now I am going through scientific farming. First one, in scientific farming, usage of modern technology is there. Modern technology is used in scientific farming. What about traditional farming? In traditional farming, traditional knowledge is utilized, and this kind of what we can say knowledge was utilized for centuries. In the past, farmers, it means traditional farmers in the past, before the emergence of Green Revolution, they utilized traditional knowledge and they made agriculture productive. And the traditional farmers, they were having deep knowledge about the land they plowed and seed they grow. And they had very much immense traditional knowledge about the methods of farming, that is traditional way of farming. Second difference is, in scientific farming, hybrid seeds are used. What about traditional farming? In traditional farming, traditional variety of seeds are used. Third one, in scientific farming was more productive and scientific. What about traditional farming? Traditional farming was less productive because lack of what we can say usage of hybrid seeds, because hybrid seeds used in scientific farming were yielding more production. Then next one is that fourth one, scientific farming had negative impact on environment due to modern methods of cultivation, and chemicals are used more because fertilizers are there. We know that because of modern what we can say cultivation methods, the farming or farmers, the rich farmers, they were using fertilizers, and which what we can say had a negative impact on the soil. The fertility of the soil is lost because of usage of chemicals. What about traditional farming? Traditional farming means what? Positive impact on environment, because organic seeds are used and biofertilizers are used. Next one, fifth difference, less healthy, it means due to hybrid seeds. Hybrid seeds are, it means even though production is more, but it is affecting the health of the soil as well as our health, because chemicals are more. This is because not only that, this is not organic, but in traditional farming it is more healthy, and because organic seeds are used. These are the differences between scientific farming versus traditional farming. I request all of you to write down notes, because when you are reading the books, you may not understand everything in a clear way. What I am doing is I am reading the books, I am preparing notes on myself, so that I am giving, so that I can easily teach you. So write down notes, so that no need of reading or no need of depending upon bookish knowledge, because exact points I am giving without losing the quality of content. Now 4.4, transformations in rural society after independence. This is the heading given in the same page number 64. 4.4, transformations in rural society after independence. We know that in rural society green revolution emerged. So green revolution what we can say brought some changes in rural areas. First change is increase in the use of agricultural labor. We know that when the land owners, they utilized their land for agriculture, they needed more labor. So increase in what we can say use of agricultural labor. First change in the rural area. Second change, there is a shift in the payment mode. It means grain to cash. Yesterday in the previous session also I told you that the grain system, barter system changed to cash system. Third one, bonded labor lessened. The importance of bonded labor lessened. Bonded labor means what? There is a hereditary relationship between landowner and the worker. Fourth one, there is a rise of a class of free wage laborers, because capitalism emerged. Capitalism brought free wage laborers. What do you mean by free wage laborers? You have to understand that free wage labor means what? The worker is politically and legally free to sell his labor to the highest bidder. We know that auctions are taking place in market on human labor. Many workers are there. The land owners are coming and they are selecting his worker because there are laborers who are selling their labor to the landlord. If the landlord is offering good amount of money, so the worker will go with him. This is the simplest way of what we explaining free wage labor. Free wage labor importance was increasing because of capitalism increased. These are the some of the changes happened in rural area, rural society because of Green Revolution. After independence, it took place. And we know that now I am teaching from the last paragraph in the page number 64. After Green Revolution, the relationship between the landowners and workers changed from patronage to exploitation. Patronage means what? Before Green Revolution, there was a good relationship between landowner and what we can say workers, because the landowners were sometimes helping. It means they were sometimes sympathetic towards the laborers. Soon after the Green Revolution, the landowners, they became very much selfish because they what we can say utilized the land for agriculture, and they considered the workers for exploitation. So when they started, when there was a what we can say increase, what we can say in production, the landowners, they started to get money, more money. When they got more money, they became selfish. They wanted to earn more money, so that the good relationship between the landlord or landowner and the worker is lost. It is changing from patronage to exploitation. It was observed by a sociologist. His name is Jan Bremen. And there are some reasons for this, why this changed. Because first reason is commercialization of agriculture. Because what do you mean by commercialization of agriculture? In the past, before Green Revolution, we know that markets were very less. The people who had land, they were cultivating crops and they were using the products or produce for their house purpose. When the Green Revolution came, there was a link between landlord and market. So the landlord have to sell their production to the market. So they utilized their produce only for selling. They did not give anything to the worker or labor. Crops primarily for sale in market. So they started to sell the crops in the market. That is why there is a change in the relationship between the worker, the landowner and the worker. Second reason is capitalist agriculture. It means separation of workers from the means of production. Capitalism emerged in agriculture. We know the meaning of capitalism. Capitalism means benefit flowing to a single person or single family. It means what? The workers were not benefited because of capitalism which emerged in agriculture. The workers were not benefited by the agriculture they were working, but they were not given any help. They were not given any produce by the landowner, because whatever they are cultivating, they are selling in the market. So the workers are separated from the means of production. It means from the production department, the workers were cultivating, but they were working on the land, but they were separated from the means of production. And the next one is free wage labor. This is also brought by capitalism. And the same paragraph we can see farmers are oriented. Oriented means what? Adapted. The farmers were adapted to the market because there is a link between the farmers and the market. Agriculture became materialized. We know that. Before Green Revolution, whatever they are producing, they were using in their own home. But when Green Revolution came, the crops were only produced for selling. That is why it is told that agriculture became materialized and rural area integrated into wider economy. It means what? The rural area, the people who are utilizing their land for agriculture, they produced much crops for selling. So there is a linkage between the landlord and the wider economy. It means what? They are selling their products to the market. So there starts the coming of economy to the hand of the land owners. Flow of money to these areas. It means money started to flow to rural areas because agriculture was given more importance. The lands were utilized for agriculture. So the money started to flow to rural area to the hand of landlords or landowners. Farmers were directly linked to the world market, and rapidly change happened after independence than colonialism. It means soon after independence, a lot of changes happened by the emergence of Green Revolution. Green Revolution made the rural areas more productive, more prosperous, but the lower caste or lower class people, they were suffering and their importance was lost. And the upper class or upper caste or middle class or middle caste, they became more prosperous, more wealthy because of Green Revolution, who lived in rural areas. And there are some reasons for behind this. First one, more modern methods of cultivation. We know that hybrid seeds were used. Green Revolution was brought to rural areas. Because of that, production became more. Second one is that effort to modernize rural economy. There is a linkage between rural and what we can say market. Next one, invest money for improving infrastructure, and so money started to flow to the rural areas. So the land owners, they started to invest money for making their land more productive. In which way? First one, irrigation. Irrigation facility improved. Roads, it means for communication, for transportation. Roads, what we can say, improved. Then electricity. So the rural areas became more wealthy, more prosperous by the emergence of, by the improvement in irrigation facility, road system and electricity. And next reason is that provision of agricultural inputs. Inputs means for fertilizers, and there will be what we can say usage of hybrid seeds, pesticides, and so that there were many international companies also emerged for bringing the fertilizers. So provision of the farmers, they started to collect more hybrid seeds, more inputs, so that there is a provision of agricultural inputs. and credit money system through bank and cooperatives, so that money started to flow to bank and they are investing their money in the bank. And there is uninterrupted power supply. Electricity system improved, uninterrupted power supply, and because such area became more prosperous by the emergence of what we can say green revolution. For example, recently state launched a program. Its name is Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gram Jyoti Yojana. It means what? Uninterrupted power supply. There is a program. Its name is Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gram Jyoti Yojana. The name of the program introduced for uninterrupted power supply. These are the areas improved in rural areas. So only for what we can say getting more money. If facility is more, if they are using hybrid seeds, if irrigation facility is there, if transportation facility is improved, so that there will be a direct linkage between the rural area and the market. So money started to flow to the hand of the landlords because facility improved, and agrarian structure developed and the rural area also developed. Agrarian structure means the upper class, the middle class, the lower class. Upper class and middle class, they became more strengthened, and the working class, the lower class, it means they became more what we can say worsened. Their life became more worsened. Now we can move to page number 66, paragraph 1. The main important idea is that rural social structure. Rural social structure changed as the medium and large farmers, they utilized new technology emerged during 1960s and 70s. As I already told you that during 1960s and 70s, the green revolution started in India. So the rich farmers, they utilized technology brought by green revolution. First point. Second point, these are the some of the changes happened in rural social structure. It means what? Rich farmers utilized their what we can say, utilized the emergence of green revolution. Second point, the farmers belonging to the dominant caste. It means the farmers who belonged to the upper class or upper caste, they started to live in agriculturally rich regions such as coastal Andhra Pradesh, western Uttar Pradesh, central Gujarat, started to invest their profit from agriculture to other business enterprises. The farmers, they became more selfish for earning money. What they did? The farmers who lived in agriculturally rich regions or states, they started to invest money in other business enterprises because they got enough sufficient profit from agriculture, so started to invest money in other business enterprises. Emerged new entrepreneurial groups, moved from rural area to towns, lived there as elites dominant who are economically and politically powerful. What happened there? The farmers, the rich farmers who lived in agriculturally prosperous regions, and they started to invest their profit in other what we can say business enterprises, and they became what we can say entrepreneurial. They became entrepreneurial. It means what? They started to or they started other business, so they became part of, or they became, or they were becoming entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs means what? A businessman. They are starting a business, and so they, what we can say, emerged as a new entrepreneurial, what we can say, groups. This is very important. And they moved from rural area to towns, and they started to live in towns as elites, dominant, who were what we can say, economically, politically powerful. Next one is that class structure changed. I already told you that there are some changes in class structure. The people, they started to move to towns in search of more facility. So class structure changed, and which led to emergence of new rural elites sending their children to what we can say to professional colleges in rural and semi-urban areas. This is what I meant to class structure changed. It means the people who belong to what we can say upper class or dominant class, mainly they were agricultural people, but they wanted to send their children to professional colleges in rural and semi-urban areas for making some changes in their own class. Normally they were agriculturalists, but they wanted to send their children to colleges, so children will be diverted from agriculture to other business because of education. So the class, meaning of the upper class will change from agriculturalist to other educated men. Then the new generation educated left agricultural occupation and joined white collar jobs. It means the new generation emerged. It means those children who went to colleges, they got educated, and new generation, they left agriculture, they follow education, and they left agricultural occupation, joined white collar jobs. Next one, and they started other business, led to the formation of urban middle class. The children of people who lived in rural areas, the children, they got educated, they left agriculture, they started to join other business enterprise, so they started to go to urban areas, they started to lead a more what we can say prosperous life, so they were formed as urban middle class. Now paragraph 2. Paragraph 2 mainly focuses on the idea of unity among the old landed and cultivating groups. There were some what we can say consolidation or unity. The old landed groups, the people who had land, they were united, and cultivating groups also were united. And when such people united, they transformed themselves to powerful entrepreneurial groups. It means what? The landed people, the people who had land, and they were united, so they became more powerful. So they became more powerful entrepreneurial. They became more powerful entrepreneurial groups, led to the emergence of rural urban middle class. So different there are some changes in social structure. New groups are emerging. But in eastern UP, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, these are the states which did not undergo effective land reforms, and there were no political mobilization, so that there were no much changes in agrarian structure, because these areas did not undergo any prosperity. But there are some other areas, agriculturally rich areas, which underwent some kind of changes in what we can say agrarian structure. Rural agricultural became urban, so that there are some changes happened there. So the life of condition of most people, especially in Kerala, underwent developments due to political mobilization, due to redistribute measures. It means what? In Kerala, redistributive measures happen. What do you mean by that? Redistributive measures means what? There is a sharing of money equally among rich and poor. This is a very good change happened in Kerala. The sharing money fairly among rich and poor. Sharing of money fairly among rich and poor. Both rich and poor people, they got benefited in Kerala. And linked to an external economy, we know that external economy means people who live in Kerala, they started to go to Gulf countries. So economy started to flow from Gulf countries to Kerala. People, they went to Kerala, they went to Gulf in search of jobs, and such people, they started to send money to Kerala. So Kerala economy started to grow, which brought substantial changes in rural areas. Primarily, rural people depended on agriculture to a great extent. Later became a mixed economy, integrating agriculture with a wide network of retail sales and services, and large number of families depended on foreign money. As I told you that in Kerala, there is a mixed economy happened. In the past, rural areas, people were doing only one job, that is agriculture. But after Green Revolution, mixed economy happened because people started to do different jobs. So economy, money started to flow from different economy to Kerala, especially from Gulf countries. So Kerala economy became powerful and effective because of the changes happened because of mixed economy. These are the important ideas from this session. I hope all my dear students are keep learning, and I request all of you to write some of the questions. First one, what are the differences between scientific farming and traditional farming? Second one, what are the transformations took place in rural society after independence? Third one, what are the reasons or how rural social structure changed due to emergence of Green Revolution? I request all of you to go through the chapter, read the chapter, understand the chapter, spend time with books, spend time for learning. God bless you. Thank you.